something I forgot, but I want to bring it up. There was a decode I did have. Let me just find it first. Where is it? It deals with what happened last week, Friday. Something Joseph brought up. This was Friday. Biden warns risk of nuclear Armageddon highest since the Cuban Missile Crisis. The president said it was the first time since 1962. Interesting, 1962, Kennedy was president. Kennedy was the 35th president, Joe Biden the 46th president, and both those numbers, 46 and 35, are Catholic. This is what happened. This Cuban Missile Crisis that he's talking about happened in October, and we have another incident with the Putin allegedly threatening nuclear war. I say allegedly because it's an absolute psyop, and I'm going to tell you why. So I'm going to go on a link I've got. Yeah, no, I'm back again. Coffee Girl, if they're Coffee Girl, Angel Z, hope you're there because I'm going to show you. This is an article I came across recently. There was another one. We just go to the main point of this article, minus his other revealing stuff about Fidel Castro being a crypto Jew or Sephardic Jew. Now this is the quote. My assertion that the presence of Soviet strategic missiles and the nuclear warheads in Cuba in 1962 is yet to be proved. It's not speculative, unsubstantiated hypothesis, but an incontrovertible fact. The Cuban Missile Crisis was just a small psyop, part of a larger psyop called the Cold War, whose purpose was to scare the American people into accepting the militarization of American life. I feel like the entire Cold War thing was a psyop, because it did make people believe that Russia, Soviet Union, and the United States, both nuclear powers, were going to destroy each other and the whole world. Now there's the idea that nuclear weapons might be just a hoax, but I'm not of that opinion. I do believe nuclear energy undoubtedly exists, and it does exist. We've seen it used in Hiroshima. So back to the decode. Thought someone messaged me, but anyway. So it was a psyop. I think this whole nuclear war thing is a psyop. I'm surprised people in the truth movement are not even entertaining this fact. I mean, look at the day-to-day between the Cuban Missile Crisis and Putin's nuclear war rhetoric. 59 years, 11 months and 3 days apart. Freemasonry is 59. 11 months and 3 is bullshit and not true, because this whole thing is bullshit. Daniel is 50 and 56. Side is 56. Mind control 56. 50. We might find what the synonyms of 50 years. President Kennedy is 59. Leaving out the zero. 59 years on the Cuban Missile Crisis. Joe Biden 44. Like kill 44. They're gonna sacrifice him. John F. Kennedy 59. JK 54. Jez Order 54. JFK 73. Sacrifice 73. President Biden 72 and Jesuit Order 72. As I mentioned, Catholics 35, JFK 35th president, Catholic 46, Biden 46th president, because he's a Catholic, just like JFK was a Catholic. Mentioned about the word bullshit, and the date numerology of that story about nuclear Armageddon was a date numerology of 50, bullshit's 50. green screen 113 ties into the whole deception that we're living under right now. 59, like 59 years since the Cuban Missile Crisis, which undoubtedly was a hoax. There was no real threat of a nuclear war. It was all a psyop, which is what I firmly believe. People still think that it actually happened. The Cuban Missile Crisis. It was a psyop. Cyber 17. The date numerology of that story from Friday. As a date numerology 17, like Cyber 17. Cuban Missile Crisis is 50. And the date numerology of that story, again, it's 50. And we're talking about 59 years from the Cuban Missile Crisis, we have this story pop up. These things are planned in advance. The phrase direct threat, Joe Biden says, is 59. Again, Cuban Missile Crisis, 59 years old. Freemasons, 59. John F. Kennedy, Joe Biden. Yeah, their birthdays are 305 months and 22 days apart. Take out the 0, you get Catholic for 35. And also, they're 25 years and 25 weeks apart. Isn't that perfect? 25 weeks and 25 days apart. Both Catholics. Hey Angel Z. Is that you, Angel Z? Is that you? Just making sure I'm not talking to the wrong person. Oh, good, cool. I just don't have time to do live streams that much these days. Got a lot of stuff happening. Martial law. Got 3 kids, so I don't have time to do anything. So, yeah, I just want to know yeah, 4. Oh, that's cool, 4. Yeah, just for those that are joining, I'm talking about the Cuban Missile. I'm talking about the Cuban Missile Crisis. How it was talking about that's the story that appeared on Friday. Go back to it. Let me just check the date when I first seen this. And the president said it's the first time since 1962. Well, that's an example of a president reading off a script. I'm glad I caught you. I never really catch videos anymore. Oh, thank you. Yes, hello, Divine. Yeah, just talking about the nuclear nuclear psyop, because it is a psyop. The idea that we're all gonna die in nuclear Armageddon. I'm not saying it will never happen, but fear is far more powerful than the actual event itself. If we die, we die. That's it. But to keep pushing this rhetoric about nuclear war, they're just scaring us. And as I mentioned, don't want to keep repeating myself, but let me just get back to it. As I mentioned, the date numerology of that story that we're talking about, nuclear Armageddon, 17. Cyber 17. So Cyber 17, the genealogy of that story about Nuclear Armageddon 17. Basically, I'm just in my bed right now doing this live stream, and I just came on morning shift. I'm just taking a nap. Just wanted to ask you guys, what do you think of the new Gematria website? Do you like it? Do you think it's not good? Prefer the old one? Here it is again, planets. That's the reason why I signed up to this, because do you have a fascination with planets? I don't use it. Okay, fair enough. I mean, there's been so many clones of Gematria over the years. There's another one that's considered very good. Gematria used by Allison, aka Netvoid. Ties to BlackRock. That's interesting. I mean, whatever it is. I mean, I've been using the new website so far, and I've subbed to, and I've become a member of it, and I do feel like I'm benefiting from it. I feel like I'm becoming a better decoder, because I do want to improve myself. I know I'm never going to be as good as Derek or Zach or Dan or Chikozy or The Illusion or any of these people, but I could do my best. Yeah, I know the paywall is a problem. I'm not going to say paywall's okay, but I mean, Derek did say he quit his job so he can do the website full time. I mean, in fairness, not to defend the paywall, I think a lot of decoders, they've got Patreon accounts, so people send them money to send them money there. I mean, not just Gematria people, truth seekers generally, they've got Patreon accounts. They all have people pay £5 a month or something, or whatever it is, £6 a month, £10 a month, maybe £10, maybe £20 a month. I think everyone's pretty. I guess everyone's pretty much trying to find a way to make money. I'm the exception because I'm not in it for the money. Not saying it's a bad thing. You can make money off of stuff. Yeah, I get you. I totally get you. I mean, I'm currently subscribed to Industry Hoax Revealed Patreon, because to me, that Patreon Industry Hoax Revealed is a lot better than Netflix. I tend to watch things over and over again. On a Industry Hoax Revealed, I always watch those Michael Jackson hoax videos, Tupac hoax videos, OJ hoax videos, because they're very, very good stuff. Yeah. Well, actually, I'm subscribed to another Patreon, but he does he writes things. It's only £1 a month. It's David Livingston. Let me show you his website. Auto. I'll go on this website. This website's excellent. Excellent resources. It's not gematria. It's very good stuff here. It talks about Donald Trump. Here's where it exposes his background and everything. Ongoing alignment between the American far right and Russia's quest for soft power to bring about the election of Donald Trump. Got a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff. Let me just show some of the. Here he is, talking about Saudi Arabia, their quest to be modern. But it's not about being modern. Prince Philip. To understand Ukraine, I highly recommend this article here. It talks about David Icke being controlled opposition. "10 books to understand the fascist conspiracy." Well, I do believe it's a fascist conspiracy. The conspiracy is fascist, not communist. The reason why you might have learned otherwise is because the world of conspiracy research is dominated by fascists. Like, I would call Alex Jones a fascist. The real conspirators whose goal is to shape your understanding of the conspiracy to manufacture an opposition to serve their own ends. The Russianism, Nazism. Yeah, it was right. It was Russians that actually set up the Nazi movement. And this one nation under God deals with the far right's relationship with Christianity. Oh, that's good. The Illusion. Yeah. Thanks for joining me, everybody. So, I've got to go now.